Okay, so I want to welcome you guys to a very special video. In this video, I celebrate a 4-year anniversary. It's been nearly 4 years since the day I ordered the Shimano 2013 Metanium, and it's one of my favorite reels of all time. Now, I have to admit, when the first pictures came out of this reel over in Japan, there was something about it that kind of put me off. I was kind of 50-50 on it, and what it was, I finally figured out, is the reel looked way too futuristic. Like it was like a big leapfrog in design compared to the previous Metanium, and yeah, it didn't really look too good in the pictures, but I bit the bullet and ordered one anyway. And when I pulled it out of the box, I was very impressed with what I saw. It is very futuristic in design, and the design is probably gonna last quite a few years before it even starts to get looking dated. Now, to me at the time, the reel was darn near perfect from a performance standpoint. I was fishing a DAIWA T3 at the time, and when I got this reel, I was just blown away. Not only did it outcast the T3, it was much smoother, it was way more powerful, and just overall a better reel for me. Now, this is the first Shimano that I got that has the new technologies Shimano employed. The main ones being the new SVS Infinity brakes, the X-Ship gear design where the pinion is supported by 2 bearings, and the micro module gears. Now, there were some things that I wouldn't say I didn't like about it, but some things I wish they would have changed. Now, the first thing is the handle is ugly. That is one ugly handle. And the knobs were, for a $400+ reel, the knobs are pretty plain Jane looking. And the drag star, while it's a cool retro-ish design, it is way too small. I mean, I had no problems grabbing it, but just proportionally, it looks way too small. So, to celebrate the 4-year anniversary of me ordering this reel, I decided to buy this Metanium some new clothes, because it is one of my favorite reels of all time, and this reel particularly has some sentimental value. I caught a lot of fish with it, some of my biggest, so I am probably never ever going to part with this reel, but I am going to dress it up. Now, a few months ago, I started ordering the parts for this project, and I actually wasn't going to do this video probably until December or February, when it was at the coldest. But I just recently saw a John B vid where he was fishing a Metanium DC, the old style, with a ZPI handle, knobs, and drag star. So I figured, what the heck, let's go ahead and do it now. Okay, so first of all, let's go over all the parts that I got. They're all in this bag right here. Okay, so the first thing I got was a 90mm handle from Avail, and this is in black. I think black would look a lot better. Now, here are the new knobs I'm gonna get to put on. These are ZPI high-spec knobs. This is a handle nut in champagne gold. Some little dress-up screws. Some aftermarket handle end knobs or end caps. A chrome retainer from Avail. One of my favorite pieces is ZPI spool tension knob. This thing is sick. And to top it all off, this massive ZPI star drag in champagne gold. And I did think about getting a spool upgrade, but the spool in the Metanium is so awesome. This thing has a huge casting range. This reel is truly what I call elite when it comes to performance. And the bearings that come stock, if you've seen my previous video, they are so good that even upgrading to allegedly ABEX 7 hybrid ceramics orange seals actually gave it a performance decrease. So I went ahead and ordered some Hedgehog Air ceramic bearings to see if I could get an increase from more expensive bearings. Okay, so I am not the most mechanically inclined person, but I have customized the reels before. It's been a while, but I don't really need a lot of equipment. Let me pull out the equipment I'm going to use. Okay, as far as I know, these are the only tools that I'm going to need. A little Allen wrench, a Phillips head screwdriver. I won't really need this. It's a bearing tool, and a nut wrench from Hedgehog Studios. So I don't know if I should time lapse this or maybe just fast forward, but I will stop in the middle of the most, I guess, more important aspects of the customization and show you guys. So here we go. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the handle. Let me pull out this spool tension knob. Look how sick this thing is. It's got the ZPI logo, but it's got a carbon fiber ring around it. Hopefully that'll show up on camera. But yeah, this thing is awesome. So let me look at these bearings and show you guys. These are the air bearings. Now the air bearings from Hedgehog Studios, they feature smaller balls. So these are supposed to help you cast light lures even better. Hopefully that'll show up. But yeah, you can see how small the balls are compared to conventional bearings. So I'm not sure how good these are going to do with distance casting, but of course I'm going to do some testing versus regular ball bearings. Let's screw on this new cast control cap. ZPI makes very, very high quality parts, and this thing just slides right on there, no problem. Yeah, look at that. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the ball bearings in these knobs and put them in the new knobs. Okay, let's take a look at these knobs real quick. They're what they call the high spec knob from ZPI. And they feature a flatter surface here for your thumb and finger to rest on. They're not ergonomically asymmetrical like the Shimano stock knobs that they're replacing, but they look 10 times better. And I'm going to replace this end cap here. Okay, so let's pull this handle out. Now I went with the shorter 90mm handle because I just don't like super long handles. And it looks like they included a bunch of shims and collars. Let's take a look at this. I was thinking about getting a carbon fiber handle that was swept, but I like the simplicity and cleanness of a metal handle that's straight. Okay, let's put the knobs on. I believe these are laser etched on there, so the writing won't scratch off. It's not paint. Okay, much better. Okay, so I believe the last part that we need is the super huge aluminum drag star. So let's take a look at this versus the stock drag star. This thing looks twice as big. And it looks a lot better as far as the color. Okay, so this is where these little gold dress-up screws come in. And one of these screws is for the retainer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do the finishing touches. Replace this screw and I believe this screw right here. Okay, there we go. All right, so we are 99% done. I just gotta pop the spool back in. So there we are. As you can see, the drag star is bent to accommodate the swept handles of today. So there we go, guys. Okay guys, here is the finished product and I love it. I love this huge drag star. Take a look at it. I'm gonna pull this off of here. Let's look at this detailed spool tension knob here. That is sick. I wanted to keep the gold accents to match the spool. Okay, so time to pull the scale out and weigh this thing to see if it lost any weight. Okay, so if I remember correctly, the stock Metanium weighed 6.15 ounces. So let's see what the Metanium weighs with these new custom parts. Okay, so it lost a little bit of weight there. Of course, I can't feel it because it's lost so little weight, but it was weight savings. Yep, right at 6 ounces, so it lost 1/10 of an ounce. So there you go, guys. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and act like all these parts together didn't cost an arm and a leg. I didn't buy them all together. I had to buy them, you know, piece by piece. But I can tell you this much. The cost of these parts together, you could probably get a pretty decent reel from it. Now, there are cheaper dress-up parts made by other companies. And if you guys want me to do one of these videos on an affordable reel with the affordable parts, hit the like button and leave it in the comments. And if a lot of people want me to do that, I'll definitely do it for you. So there we go. The new look for my 2013 Shimano Metanium, which is one of my favorite reels of all time. Thanks a lot, guys.